I think it's fitting to begin this episode in the truck because I have a feeling a majority of this episode is going to be in the truck.
Driving up north on the Trans-Canada Highway. The night is sweet, 1,000 stars.
Look like complete goofballs at this cul-de-sac.
There's so much traffic going
There's so
by.
much traffic.
Caleb's dancing. People are screaming out their window. It was really good.
What did she say?
The night is sweet, 1,000 stars. Should I stay with you? I know.
Nice.
Nice.
Should I
Nice.
stay for more?
And we met the Williams family.
Williams family!
Their daughter spotted our rig and they came into Starbucks and said hello. That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Wanna build a home of love and light with you. I wanna build a home.
The new Caleb's
This
favorite.
is new.
Oh.
This has to be my favorite.
We've made it to Dawson Creek, British Columbia.
Yay, where the adventure begins, mile 0.
And Dawson Creek does a good job building that up. There's a bunch of signs that say Mile Zero City,
Yeah.
all sorts of stuff. And then of course they have their big sign that we're gonna take a picture of tomorrow. We didn't get much footage of the drive. Trish and I just kind of got talking and we were listening to a book.
Well, the adventure begins here.
That's true,
why.
that's true. And then we pulled over one point to get the drone out, but we just didn't feel like it was a safe place to get drone footage. The other thing I'm planning on doing is extending the time of the dash cam looking forward because I want you to be able to see what these cities look like and what the road looks like and what the road conditions look like. If I have one agenda, it's just like Mexico season 2, it's to dispel the myths of Alaska.
Yes.
The, oh, gas stations close at 6. Oh, you need the extra big fuel tank to get to the gas stations. Oh, the roads are just terrible. You're gonna need a grill on the front because your truck is gonna get ruined. We've heard a lot.
It's 9:45 at night. Oh, no. It's different here now. The time changed.
So is it 10:45?
It's 8:43.
Well, I think we got the last site at Mile Zero RV Park,
Yes.
but there's a ton of dry camping on a big grass lawn.
It was very cool. It was relieving for us to see. We're like, oh, good.
Yeah.
At least if there's no spot, we have a place.
So we took a cruise around to look for a site. We ended up finding a site and we backed in. It was a little downhill and a little bit to the left, but that's all right. And we saw some some music over here and some dinner, so we thought we'd go check that out before we get started with the video. Trish here is talking to Tori.
We do need to talk about that. I'm
Like
having
she's
her
not-
look at dog breeders for me.
Don't even start. She's working me. Trish has got her eye on
Make something happen.
a King Charles Spaniel.
Spaniel.
Yes, and now she brought it
Right.
up to you to be extra manipulative. Anyhow, those guys over there were the Raspy Devils out of Dawson's Creek, British Columbia, and I would say they were fabulous.
fun?
So there's a link down below to Facebook or something. I imagine they got something
let
I
me
can
tell
link
you
to.
something. He is
Great
really
music.
Will gather around me. I knew my way was rough and steep, and the beautiful fields.
One thing to do before we leave town, and that is swing by Starbucks. I was there this morning uploading the video and getting it posted. And we're gonna just take care of a couple little internet things before we're off because we are prepared to not have internet until we get to Fairbanks. A week from today. We don't know. I mean, it could take us 4 days, could take us 5 days.
1,500 miles.
Our plan is to have next weekend's video edited in between now and then upload in Fairbanks next Sunday. If we don't have internet for 7 days, then so be it. But I suspect we will. We'll have internet many, many times. But that's what we're prepared for, so that we don't have to be stressed out and worried about it. That way we could just be in the moment of driving
The drive.
and covering a lot of ground.
I'm going up. Oh,
tried.
They are.
They're not all wrapped up on the pole. They're ready to go.
As are we.
And so are we. We're going this way. The arrow says go that way.
So we had the tourism department mobile unit in that little camper, and she's out here to take pictures of everyone all day long as they come. I said, how many people are showing up? They said about 150 to 200 per day at this point.
Wow.
And so she's out here helping people answer questions and take pictures and that type of stuff.
Yes.
It's pretty exciting.
So Mark said this before, we're going to do the same thing that we did in Mexico. We're going to dispel as many myths as we can. We're going to show you the road, we're going to tell you how much it costs, and we're going to let you know if the hype lives up to the reality.
Because there is a lot of hype.
Yes. So the good hype and the bad hype. Let's see if it's all true.
Let's see. Wait, there's a mosquito. It's sucking me away. It's sucking me away.
Everybody had this book. It was by Mike and Terry Church. Yeah. But it was from Mexico. Well, I went and got the one for Alaska. And this is proving to be a very good book for our trip.
Do tell.
Do tell, because it tells you all the different towns, and then it tells you all the different places to stay. But then it tells you what's there. Like you can go, there's a big rig, because not all RV parks take big rigs. And then you might not always have a connection, so you can't always use an app. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
And then it says like 50 amp, and then it says washing. Like, you need to know that, right?
Yeah.
But then it gives you like these little cool snippets. So when we went over that bridge, fun for you to know that when the U.S. Army arrived in Dawson Creek to begin building the Alaskan Highway.
With Canada's consent, the United States War Department decided to build a military highway from Rails End at Dawson Creek, British Columbia, to Fairbanks, Alaska, to link up and supply these airfields and to provide emergency access to Alaska for troops and materiel. This highway would extend roughly 1,500 miles, about the distance from Washington to Denver.
Now, doesn't the milepost do something similar?
The milepost. The milepost has amazing maps. They're much bigger. And then one of my favorite parts about the milepost are the different routes, the most popular routes in the beginning. It gives you the most basic itinerary plans, like what people do to go up and then go back down so that you see everything.
Gotcha. Trish didn't stop at Fort Nelson, not for fuel, not for groceries, not to stretch. We're on the other side of town, and I look over and I say, so I guess we're not stopping at Fort Nelson? She's like, nah. That's what happens when Trish drives. She just keeps driving. I'm like, hey, let's pull over there and we'll do a drone. She's like, what? 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 Oh, I didn't hear you. She's listening to the book, which is Younger Next Year, which we're loving. I actually forgot that it's one of my favorite books. I'm like a moose, Trish.
Oh my gosh!
That is our first moose. You slow down too much. You gotta get over there.
He's my missing link.
I know, we need a moose. It says we're playing wildlife scavenger hunt.
Right there. He's right there.
Where?
He's right there.
That moose has ears.
His ears are so big. Oh, he's looking at us. He's coming.
Is he? He's sniffing. Caleb, look.
Oh yeah, he just drooled a little. Okay, he's coming.
Oh, he's coming forward.
Okay,
No, it's good. We're good.
he's going away. Goodbye. Oh, that was cool.
All right, moose won.
Yes!
High five. High five, the moose won. Pulled over on a pull-off over here. It's probably like a chain-up area, that type of thing. We were thinking about spending the night there. But the milepost...
But I wanted to keep on making headway.
The milepost says that on mile marker 526 kilometers, really, it's a double-ended gravel turnout with leader bend to the southeast chain-up area. And we're on kilometer marker 510. So in just another few miles, we'll have kilometers. We'll have, oh, that's why all these are coming up so fast, they're kilometers. So anyhow, so I think we're gonna go up there. 30 minutes later. The app has turned me into a bit of a perfectionist.
Yeah, just stop it.
Trish is like, stop at 1.5 inches. I'm like, no, I must see a green light. Must see green lights. What'd you say, Trish?
Something in the bush.
Is it big?
Wait, shh. This forest is alive. There's something right there. I need to get in here.
Anyhow, so this is going to be the first night. It's mile marker 525 kilometer on the Alaskan Highway, and we're just we got as level as we can, and it's about 10 o'clock at night, and there is no internet right here. The advantage of no internet here at this site is that we'll wake up early, we'll have some coffee, and we'll make some oatmeal, and we'll probably just get driving again. Whereas if we had internet, we might not leave until noon. No joke. All right, good morning.
I said just a little.
There's only a little bit left.
Here's the plan for today. We're going to go, as you probably know because it was just last night, we are just on the other side of Fort Nelson on kilometer marker 525.
Listen to you little Canadian.
Eh?
So cute.
Eh? And so the plan is that we're going to go to Liard Hot Springs. Hopefully we'll be there by lunch.
$10.
Cash only, Canadian or U.S. funds. So Liard Hot Springs Provincial Park, adult $5 per day, child $3, family $10 max per day.
Sweet. Here we go.
Let's go up.
Oh, that's funny. You have to go in?
Yeah.
Okay, see ya.
This is a cool.
So I think what we're gonna do is we paid the $10 for the family to use the springs. We parked right here, right in front of it. We're gonna have some lunch. We're gonna change in our bathing suits. We're gonna go hang out at the hot springs for as long as we want, and then we're gonna drive the 2 hours north to Watson Lake. And that's where we're gonna spend maybe a day, maybe 2 days. Or maybe just tonight, who knows? We're making a ton of drive time progress, are we? And it actually feels like easy driving for some reason. I think because we're just in the mood.
So here's what I've picked up.
The roads are good.
You download songs, Spotify, and you download Netflix, alright? And then you're pretty much set if you're the only child. But one concern of mine is I'm actually losing my streaks, and I can't say like, hey, can you keep my streaks? Because there's no data.
This log. Look at people have put their names in it. Look at this. And it
Oh
just
wow.
Floats.
That person did a good job.
Yeah.
How cool is this?
Chloe, can I say something?
It's getting a little chillier back here though. I like it warmer. It's a little warmer that way.
And if you look to your left, folks, you will see.
It got cold.
Ooh, very cold. Very cold. Ooh, spin us around that way. Log master.
Go straight, go straight.
That way. Nope, that way. Go back.
You having fun? Yeah.
It's the log ride.
Hey, I like it. If you want to hop on, you can. Okay, I might grab your food. This is stick shift.
Oh, it's nice and hot now.
Yes. Stay here, log master.
Expect rain to be heavy at times, especially this evening, and then once again late tonight, so be prepared for that.
Must stop. This is amazing. You could stay in the campground, and you could come in the afternoon and then again in the morning, do whatever you want. We are just coming here for a quick little dip, but our quick dip turned into like an hour and a half because it's so amazing. So you should know that there's no dogs allowed right here in this area, and I don't see any handicap access. However, you could bring a wheelchair all the way across the bridge and see it if you wanted to. But this is absolutely gorgeous. I think the rain adds to it.
It does. And the fog.
Yeah.
But I think the fog would be here if it was cold.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it is hot.
It is hot.
We gotta go find Caleb. He likes the lower pool better. Floating on a log.
Boy, we got here in the nick of time.
Nick of time.
A caravan bus showed up. Liard is Caleb's new favorite. I would say give yourself 2 hours to do this. If you can spend the night, that would be a perk, because then you could experience it in the morning, you can experience it at night. Maybe you could find a time where there's fewer people. Not that a lot of people matters.
No. Maybe you could do dinner, have a little happy hour here, and then go walk down there with your friends and be like, woo-hoo.
But if you're in the driving mood like we are, then and you want to just kind of like make a lot of progress, I would say at least stop for a couple hours and hang out, have a little lunch here, and then get back on the road.
To messages.
What is the name of this RV park?
Downtown RV.
Downtown RV. Run by a grumpy Scottish guy. I like grumpy Scottish men, so it's fine. And
but don't take offense. He's going to tell you like straight.
don't take offense. Anyhow, we are in a pull-through site, and you can see our neighbors right here, right there. The other neighbors are right there.
Right there.
There's great Verizon cell phone coverage here, like LTE.
We're catching up on 48 hours of responses.
Yes.
Yes.
As
See?
you can tell.
It's just.
And we have our signs. Have we showed them the signs?
No.
Okay. Tomorrow morning, you're going to see our KYD sign that we're going to put up in the, what's it called, the Watson Lake Forest?
Yes, it's the sign forest.
The sign forest. So we have that going on. So anyway, this was just a quick update. So the road conditions from Dawson Creek to the first night, Fort Nelson.
Amazing.
10 out of 10. Best ever. The road conditions from Fort Nelson to Watson Lake.
Good, except for Mucho Lake. Well, especially if it's raining, which it is usually raining in, I guess, this section at this time of year.
Landslides.
Rocks this big.
In the middle of this road.
Yeah. This was average.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're kind of weaving around it, and then you're going around a blind corner, and you got a rock this big. Yeah. So you have to really take it slow.
Liard Hot Springs, amazing.
So cool.
Amazing. So this is our second night. So we're almost halfway there. And I know that the last third is the conditions of the road is the most fatiguing, because that's the area in the Yukon where it's like gravel. And that's where a lot of the hype.
The bad road hype.
Yeah.
Is going to come into play.
So that's just a little quick update. So far, so good.
So far, so good.
In fact, so far, so easy.
Really great.
Really great. All right, so we're going to...
Really gorgeous.
Oh, the drive is spectacular. Well, I think you saw in the video.
And you can leave early, and you can drive way into almost midnight, and it'll be bright the whole time.
We drove from the first day from 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it was bright.
It stays bright so you don't get as tired, because it's not like, the sun's setting and then you're driving in the dark. It's just fabulous. All right, so we're going to see you first thing in the morning, and we're going to take our sign, can't wait to share it with you, over to the sign forest in the morning, and that's how we're going to kick off tomorrow. And then we're going to head to Whitehorse. That's the agenda for tomorrow. And I'm kind of liking this drive time episode.
Yes.
Like just covering the road and that type of stuff.
Well, so when you come, you know where you really need to keep your eyes peeled. But there are so many large animals.
Oh my gosh.
You also need to be very careful.
Trish took a 15-minute nap today, and I almost woke her up because there was a brown bear on the side of the road, like shaking his head. It was beautiful. And then 50 more feet, there was the largest bison I've ever seen in my life. And that's, of course, after the 25 other bison we saw, and the moose that we saw, and everything else like this. And the eagles.
And a bison with its baby.
Oh my gosh, hashtag bonding time with the kids.
Baby bison running by the truck. Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's like we're in a big zoo.
Jurassic Park.
Yes. All right, that's it for now.
On the 20th of November, 1942, 8 months after the first troops plunged into the northern bush, the Pioneer Road from Dawson Creek to Fairbanks was officially opened. The freight rolled through. And the truck drivers were surprised to find that the road was much better than they expected. In fact, considering its length, more than 1,500 miles, the difficulties of terrain and climate, and the remarkably short time of construction, it was one of the wonders of the modern world.